Welcome back to 31 Days of Oscar here on TCM. I'm Dave Karger. Up next is an Oscar-winning Hollywood drama about Hollywood. Written and directed by Joseph Mankiewicz 4 years after he gave us the ultimate Hollywood drama about the theater, All About Eve. From 1954, starring Humphrey Bogart and Ava Gardner, it's The Barefoot Contessa. Told in flashback, the story follows a down-and-out director, played by Bogart, who's hired by a millionaire to direct a movie starring a glamorous new discovery, played by Ava Gardner. But stardom is not all it's cracked up to be, and this movie peels back the curtain on the dark world behind the scenes in Hollywood. The Barefoot Contessa became a career-defining film for Ava Gardner, and she made it on the heels of her one and only Oscar nomination for the 1953 adventure Mogambo. But Gardner was not the first actress considered for the part. Other contenders included Joan Collins and Elizabeth Taylor. But once Joe Mankiewicz decided on Ava Gardner, he went all out to get her, paying $1 million to borrow her from MGM. On the other hand, another actor in the cast, Edmund O'Brien, was always Mankiewicz's first choice. He had created O'Brien's role for him, the character Oscar Muldoon, a sweaty, overworked, and overbearing press agent who gets involved in his clients' lives. At first, O'Brien wasn't sure about taking a supporting role since he was getting star billing in other pictures, but Humphrey Bogart persuaded him to see that he was perfect for the part, and he was right. O'Brien became the only member of this top-tier cast to earn an Oscar nomination, and he won the award, becoming the first actor ever to win an Oscar for playing a character named Oscar. From 1954, also with Rossano Brazzi, here is The Barefoot Contessa. In addition to Edmund O'Brien's win for Best Supporting Actor, The Barefoot Contessa also earned an Oscar nomination for its screenplay, written by Joseph Mankiewicz, who also directed the film. This was the 8th of 9 Oscar nominations that Mankiewicz received over the course of his career. 5 of them were for his work as a writer, and 4 were for directing. At the Academy Awards ceremony in 1950, he won 2 Oscars for writing and directing A Letter to Three Wives. Then 1 year later, he duplicated that achievement when he won for writing and directing All About Eve. He became the only person in Oscars history so far to win consecutive awards for both directing and screenwriting. Humphrey Bogart was not nominated for his performance in The Barefoot Contessa, but he did earn a Best Actor Oscar nomination the same year for another film, The Caine Mutiny. It was his 3rd and final Oscar nomination, coming 3 years after his one and only win for The African Queen. Up next is an all-star Western from 1958, directed by William Wyler, featuring an Oscar-winning performance from Burl Ives.
Next on TCM, The Big Country. Then, How Green Was My Valley. And later, The More the Merrier. Three's Company on TCM Today.